In today's episode of Unbreak, I want to talk to you about how hate is being used as a tool, rather a weapon, to divide and polarize people. In the last couple of days, we have seen several instances of how certain religious groups, individuals, and politicians have been spewing venom and spreading hate. And we have also seen how very little action, and in most cases no action, has been taken against these entities who indulge in hate mongering. Let's take a look at this speech given by Suresh Chawanke, the editor-in-chief of Sudarshan News. In this speech, he can be seen administering an oath to a group of people, where he is seen saying, "Die and kill to make India a Hindu Rashtra."
हम सब शपथ लेते हैं, वचन देते हैं, संकल्प लेते हैं, अपने अंतिम प्राण के क्षण तक इस देश को हिंदू राष्ट्र बनाने के लिए, बनाए रखने के लिए, आगे बढ़ाने के लिए लड़ेंगे, मरेंगे, जरूरत पड़ी तो मारेंगे।
In another event that was held in Haridwar between December 17th and December 19th, many religious leaders openly called for genocide against Muslims and asked Hindus to buy weapons. This is BJP leader Ashwini Upadhyay, who can be seen presenting a saffron constitution at this event in Haridwar.
मैं एक विशेष रूप से देख रहा हूँ कि संविधान बनवा के लाया हूँ, ये अपने संत समाज के लिए लाया हूँ, भगवा कलर में लाया हूँ, क्योंकि अभी तक संविधान अलग कलर में होता था, ये भगवा कलर में और हिंदी में बनवा के लाया हूँ।
This is Yati Narsinganand Saraswati, who was also part of this conclave, and he can be seen saying that to kill Muslims you don't require swords, you can only kill them with better weapons. You need to update your weapons.
साध्वी जी ने बहुत अच्छी बात कही कि मुसलमानों को मारने के लिए तलवार की आवश्यकता नहीं होगी, क्योंकि अब तलवार से आपसे वो मरेंगे भी नहीं, तलवार से नहीं मरने वाले हैं वो, आपको टेक्निक में उनसे बहुत आगे जाना होगा, वो बहुत अच्छे हथियार लिए हुए बैठे हैं।
This is yet another speech by Sadhvi Annapurna at Haridwar, where she says she will pick up weapons to protect Hindutva. She calls for a mass genocide of Muslims.
कुछ भी नहीं सोचूंगी, भले ही मुझे गोसी की तरह गलत क्यों ना करना, अगर मैं शब्द उठाऊंगी, तो 2019 में मुसलमान प्रधानमंत्री आप सब लोग नहीं रहने देंगे, ऐसी वचनबद्धता है। अपने काम को इतना सच्चा बनाए, इतनी अपनी आवाज को आगे बढ़ाए और मारे, इनकी जनसंख्या को खत्म करना को तैयार है, जेल में जाने को तैयार है। अगर हम सोलह में सैनिक बन गए और इनके 20 लाख की बात नहीं हमने, तो हम विजयी हैं, हम जेल में जाने को तैयार हैं।
So this conclave was a conclave filled with inflammatory speeches, religious intolerance and hate speech. But the authorities neither acted quickly nor took stringent measures to send out a stern warning to such hate mongers. While these statements have been made against Muslims, even against members of the Christian community, we have been seeing instances of growing intolerance that is going unchecked in several parts of the country. For instance, on December 25th, when Christmas was being celebrated world over, several instances of violence and communal incidents were reported in many parts of the country. This is a visual from Ambala, where miscreants vandalized a statue of Jesus Christ. This is yet another incident that allegedly took place in Gurugram, where a group of Hindu extremists barged into a place where Christmas prayers and celebrations were going on. These miscreants started chanting slogans and disrupted the festive spirit. In Karnataka too, recently right-wing extremist elements set on fire religious books of Christians in Kolar, alleging that the church was indulging in religious conversions. A report released by the PUCL, that is the People's Union of Civil Liberties, states that there have been 39 instances of hate crimes against Christians in Karnataka from January to November 2021. The report says that all these hate crimes were perpetrated by Hindutva organizations, and the report also notes that local police is seen colluding with Hindutva supremacists to incite fear and hatred against Christians, and the police commonly turn a blind eye to incidents of violence abuse, sexual assaults, and economic and social boycott. The Karnataka Assembly also recently passed a contentious anti-conversion legislation at a time when the state is witnessing rising number of cases of attacks against the minority community. In most of the cases that we discussed today, what is common is that the state is only responding to these incidents when there is pressure and when there is an outcry. In some cases, the authorities have turned a blind eye, which in turn has boosted the morale of these extremist elements. When the respective governments refuse to act against hate-mongering, that's the worst phase of a democracy. As they say, hate begets hate and violence begets violence. There is a thin line between free speech and hate speech. Freedom of expression is not the freedom to say whatever one wants. If hate speech goes unchecked, it can escalate into violence that has the potential to spread like forest fire. Therefore, the government must act against the hate mongers because there should be absolutely no place for hate mongers in a democracy.